Humming along to their song, the aroma of rosemary and garlic filled the air. The kitchen was his sanctuary, a place where he could create something special for Lila. Tonight was no different. He wanted everything to be perfect, from the food to the ambiance. The rosemary and garlic sizzled in the pan, releasing a fragrance that mingled with the soft tunes playing in the background. It was their song, the one they danced to on their first date. He smiled, remembering how they had laughed and twirled around the living room, lost in each other. Candlelight danced across the meticulously set table. Each flicker of the flame seemed to whisper secrets of love and promises. The table was adorned with their finest china, and the silverware gleamed under the soft light. He had spent hours making sure everything was just right, from the placement of the napkins to the arrangement of the flowers. The candles added a touch of magic, casting a warm glow that made the evening feel even more special. 2 glasses sparkling with champagne stood ready. 5 years. 5 years of memories, of shared dreams and whispered secrets. The champagne was a symbol of their journey, a toast to the past and a promise for the future. He remembered the first time they had clinked glasses, celebrating their first anniversary. It felt like a lifetime ago, yet the love they shared had only grown stronger. 5 years of laughter, love, and building a life with Lila. They had faced challenges and celebrated victories always together. Their bond was unbreakable, forged through countless moments of joy and sorrow. He cherished every memory, every laugh, every tear. Lila was his rock, his confidant, his everything. Tonight, I would remind her just how much she meant to me. Tonight was our night. He had planned every detail, wanting to show her how much he appreciated her. The candlelit dinner, the music, the ambiance, it was all for her. He wanted her to feel special, to know that she was loved beyond measure.
The doorbell chimed. It was a sound that usually brought excitement, but tonight it brought a mix of anticipation and nervousness. He hoped everything would go as planned. He took a deep breath, trying to calm his racing heart. This was the moment he had been waiting for. Ryan took a breath, smoothing down his shirt. He wanted to look his best for Lila. He checked his reflection one last time, making sure everything was perfect. The anticipation was almost too much to bear. He could feel his heart pounding in his chest, each beat echoing his excitement and nervousness. Anticipation fluttered in his chest. He had planned this night for weeks, wanting to make it unforgettable. Every detail had been carefully thought out, every moment meticulously planned. He wanted to create a memory that they would cherish forever. Lila always loved his surprises. He remembered the look of delight on her face every time he did something special for her. It was those moments that made everything worthwhile. He wanted to see that same look tonight, to make her feel as loved and cherished as she made him feel. He'd recreated their first date, right down to the playlist and the twinkling fairy lights on the balcony. It was a night that had changed everything for them, a night filled with laughter, love, and endless possibilities. He wanted to relive that magic, to remind her of how far they had come and how much they had to look forward to. He swung open the door, a wide smile ready. He was eager to see her reaction, to share this special night with her. His heart raced with excitement, knowing that this was just the beginning of another beautiful chapter in their love story.
Package for Lila, dear. The words broke through his thoughts, bringing him back to the present. It wasn't the surprise he had been expecting, but it was a reminder of the love and community that surrounded them.
It wasn't Lila. His heart sank for a moment, but he quickly recovered. This night was still special, and nothing could change that. It was Mrs. Peterson from next door, her pug, Winston, snuffling at his feet. She was a sweet old lady who always had a kind word and a smile. Her presence was a reminder of the warmth and kindness that filled their lives. She handed him a small velvet box. It was unexpected, but it added a new layer to the evening. He thanked her, his mind racing with curiosity about what the box contained. This night was full of surprises, and he couldn't wait to share them all with Lila. Lila was late. Ryan checked the clock again. He tried her cell, but it went straight to voicemail. A knot of worry tightened in his stomach. This wasn't like her, not on their anniversary. He paced the living room, the carefully prepared dinner growing cold.
Work emergency.
She explained, her smile strained. She kept her phone close, her gaze darting to it every few minutes. The velvet box sat unopened on the counter, a silent reminder of his growing suspicion. Later, as Lila slept, Ryan lay awake. Doubt gnawed at him. He'd seen the way she guarded her phone, the whispered conversations that ended abruptly when he entered the room. Something was different. The whispers started subtly, colleagues exchanging knowing glances, hushed conversations that ceased when he approached. Ryan tried to ignore it, to cling to the image of the woman he loved, the woman he'd vowed to spend his life with. But the doubt had taken root, twisting inside him like a weed. He found himself watching her, searching for clues.
Late nights at the office became more frequent. She'd brush off my questions, her voice tight.
One evening, Ryan caught a glimpse of her phone. A message flashed across the screen, Ethan, followed by a string of heart emojis. The world tilted on its axis. Ethan. His Lila wouldn't. In the air, suffocating. The weight of betrayal was almost too much to bear, leaving everyone in the room feeling tense and uncomfortable. Leela's excuses felt hollow, echoing in the empty spaces of their once vibrant home. Each word she uttered seemed to bounce off the walls, returning to her with a haunting emptiness.
I felt neglected, Ryan. I sought solace in Ethan's arms. It wasn't planned, it just happened. I was lonely, and he was there.
Her justifications were drowned out by the roar of Ryan's pain. His heart ached with a ferocity he hadn't known was possible, each beat a reminder of her betrayal.
I never meant for it to go this far. I just needed someone to be there for me. I was lost, Ryan, and Ethan was a lifeline I clung to in my darkest moments.
Her words were salt on an open wound, each syllable stinging more than the last. The pain was relentless, gnawing at the edges of his sanity.
How could you do this to us, Lila, to everything we built together, our dreams, our future? Was it all meaningless to you?
He saw the reflection of his heartbreak in the shattered remnants of their anniversary dinner, the champagne flat, the food untouched. It was supposed to be a celebration of their love. Now it was a graveyard of broken promises.
This is what we've become. Strangers in our own home, surrounded by the debris of our shattered lives.
The apartment felt suffocating, each shared memory a painful reminder of what they'd lost. The walls, once filled with laughter and love, now echoed with silence and sorrow.
I can't stay here anymore. Every corner of this place is a reminder of what we had and what we lost.
He packed a bag, the silence in the room deafening. Each item he placed inside felt like a piece of his heart being torn away.
Please, Ryan, don't leave. We can fix this, I swear. We can find a way back to each other.
Lila watched him, tears streaming down her face. Each tear a testament to her regret, her sorrow, her desperate hope for redemption.
I want to hate you, Lila, but all I feel is a bone-deep sadness. A sadness that consumes me, leaving no room for anger.
This wasn't the ending he'd envisioned. He had dreamed of a future filled with love and happiness, not this abyss of despair and heartbreak. The first few weeks were a blur of grief and anger. Sleep offered little respite from the nightmares. Work became his only solace, a way to numb the pain.
He threw himself into his projects, the familiar routine a lifeline.
His friends tried, their concern evident in their hesitant smiles and forced cheer. But Ryan couldn't escape the wreckage of their relationship. The empty side of the bed mocked him. The ghost of Lila's laughter echoed in the hallway. He knew he needed to heal, to rebuild, but the path forward seemed lost in a fog of despair. Claire found him there, in his self-imposed exile. She'd been their mutual friend, a constant presence in their lives. Now she stood in his doorway, her eyes filled with compassion.
Let me in, Ryan.
Her voice was firm, yet gentle. He couldn't face pity, but Claire offered something different, understanding. She didn't judge, didn't offer platitudes. She listened as he poured out his pain, his anger, his confusion. She brought him homemade soup, forced him to eat, to leave the apartment. Slowly, gradually, she helped him piece his life back together. The pain never truly vanished, but it dulled. It became a distant ache, a reminder of a love lost.
He started running again, the rhythm of his feet pounding the pavement a release. He joined a cooking class, rediscovering the joy of creation. He focused on himself, on rediscovering who he was outside of Lila's husband.
He found strength in unexpected places, in the sunrise over the city, in the kindness of strangers, in the unwavering support of his friends. He learned to forgive, not for her, but for himself. The anger faded, replaced by a quiet acceptance. He was moving on.